When I finally bought my dream lake cabin after years of working overtime and saving every penny, I thought moving in would be a peaceful, fresh start away from the noise of the city, but I hadn't even finished unloading my boxes when the self-appointed HOA Karen marched up the gravel driveway, pointing her finger like she owned the whole lake, accusing me of trespassing and breaking association rules, even though this cabin was private. Property not under her control. She dialed the police with a smug grin, convinced she would watch me get dragged away in front of my belongings. I stood there calmly because I knew the truth and had all the paperwork in my folder. Minutes later, a patrol car pulled up and the officer stepped out ready to assess the situation. Karen jumped in front of him, waving her arms and yelling that I was a squatter who didn't belong there. The officer turned toward me, and when our eyes met, his expression shifted completely. His jaw dropped, and in a stunned voice he whispered, "Judge, it's you, the same man who had stood in my courtroom many times for testimony and cases." His respect for me was written all over his face, and Karen froze like ice, suddenly realizing she had called the cops on someone with far more authority than she could ever imagine. He quickly asked to see my documents, and within seconds confirmed everything was legal and in order. Karen's voice cracked as she tried to backpedal, saying she just wanted to protect the neighborhood, but her power trip had backfired in the worst way. Have you ever seen someone's entire confidence collapse in a single second because the mask of control slipped off her face? Was priceless as she stumbled over excuses. The officer turned to me, apologized for the disturbance, and even offered to help me unload a few boxes while Karen stood speechless in the driveway, watching her reputation crumble. I thanked him for his kindness and told him not to worry. And as the sun set over the lake, I realized this cabin wasn't just a home. It was a symbol of peace that no HOA Karen could ever take away, and that sometimes the sweetest justice comes without a gavel at all.